What is going on, guys? Joey here, and I am out and about recording this video about locking in, being locked in, staying locked in. Are you locked in? You're not locked in, things like that. Miss Agata, she's probably going to be the thumbnail of this video, posted a Q&A she was doing, and somebody asked her, what is your daily schedule like? Now, for those of you that don't know, I mean, Agata is probably the best female powerlifter, one of the best female powerlifters in terms of like how many different weight classes she's able to just like take the open world record in. I don't think there's anyone present that's doing it like that. And I oftentimes look at what she's doing and I think about my girls, and I'm just like, you know what? That is something I'd like to do with them if the opportunity ever arises, right? Where we could, you know, go up and down between weight classes. Not only my girls, but my guys too. Just that would be, like I've hinted about moving Russ up before. Maybe one day, that would be cool. But regardless, she's locked in. And she's giving us some insight into what her day is like, and is actually very similar to other lifters from my perspective that I work with here in Flexland, that are locked in as well. So for example, Keiko has a similar setup to his day, kind of like hers. And I'm going to kind of break that down for you. She said basically her day is kind of like this. She wakes up, wake up, go to the gym. Wake up, eat, go to the gym, train 3 to 5 hours, right? If she's doing SBD, it's probably going to take around that time. 3 to 5 hours, get that work done. And then she'll probably, I'm just assuming because she's talked about meal prep before going to the gym, eat her food after the gym, and then go on a walk, and then come home, you know, have dinner, go to sleep. That's it. She is a professional powerlifter. That's what she does. And I think obviously being able to do that is not something that everybody can afford to do. You know, everybody has different sort of things going on in their life. You have a job, you might have kids, you might have this, you might have that. But I think getting as close to something like that as you can is, and this is anything crazy new, but I think a lot of lifters don't understand how simple it actually is. And we oftentimes think we need to be doing a ton of different things, when in reality you just need to go to the gym, train, on point nutrition, recover from that work, come home, rest, do it again. That way you can control your variables, you can stay pain-free or reduced pain or significantly lower pain. You can avoid injuries, right? If you're injured, you can't be in the game, right? And you can make adjustments, and kind of maybe overlooked is you can tweak variables and know if it's making a difference or not, because you are in so much control. You have so much control of, you know, what your day-to-day life looks like. For myself, when I've gone through injury or things like that, if I can get in my routine and find a routine that facilitates me getting better, I'll be able to almost predict when I'm going to be, you know, good to go, right? And whenever I travel or I have other things going on outside of the gym that are kind of taking away from that routine, it's just going to put me back. And I know that, okay, I need to try to mimic this when I'm moving around as best I can. And I mean, you know, you don't have to take it from me. I'm using her as an example. That is what I call being locked in. Just having that simple routine, you know, eat, train, sleep, repeat. Kind of like how I'm sure we just had the Olympia pass. Bodybuilders are probably doing the same thing, right? They got to add cardio on top of that though, because they got to get shredded. And I think during COVID, I'm pretty sure my channel is not going to get hit for me saying that, but I remember during that time, everybody couldn't do anything, right? Everybody had to stay home, and all they could do was train. There was nothing else to do. Didn't even have the option. And we saw a bunch of totals pop off from that. Now that I think about it, one of Amanda's best local meets ever was after COVID. It was actually, I think it was still 2020. It was like November. I think Minnesota was a little light on staying locked in, locked down. And she was able to just like go in there, like literally just train and go kill the meet. When Keiko came out of it, his local meet, that meet was legendary, right? And I think that was just a great example of, look what happens when everybody's locked in. Look what happens when everybody's just training and not doing anything else, right? Because I have no options. All your nutrition is going to go towards, you just have less mental strain as well. And you can put everything towards making sure that, okay, I want to have a good, Tuesday squat session. Let me keep my Friday squat session conservative. Let me make sure my nutrition's on point. Let me make sure that my meals coming into, you guys are about to hear music for a second while I pass through this area, but let me make sure that my meals are on point so that way I can set myself up to be successful on that Tuesday when I come in. It's just it's just like little stuff like that. And I think over time you start to refine it. You start to build almost like a confidence in what you're doing. That is a little bit loud. You start to build confidence in what you're doing, and then you can kind of like make it your own. You're kind of like adjusting things and tweaking things slightly to better sort of suit your lifestyle or suit your, the meet that you want to have or the day that you want to have. But yes, I could think of, you guys know me, there's a lot of champions out there. I've had the honor and the privilege of being able to help produce and coach a lot of those kinds of lifters. And some of them, we absolutely need all of our resources in order to produce these like world record totals. Some of them, maybe we can get away with being a little bit loose because the weight class is kind of behind. But as you guys have seen as of late, the days of that being the case, I think are coming to an end. And, sooner or later, whether it be, especially for the junior lifters, sub-junior lifters, whatever, if you can take this seriously now, if you can take this seriously early on in your career, you're going to get to experience things on a level that, how many times have you seen a lifter just come so close to becoming the champion, right? They want it so bad. But when you take a look at what they're doing, they didn't do absolutely everything they needed to do in order to make that happen, right? They want to win the junior worlds. They want to go to, junior nationals. They want to go to junior worlds. They want to do all these things. But it's the little attention to detail and locking in that regard, allowing yourself to grow when it's time to grow, keeping your diet tight when you have to keep it tight. That's going to get you those opportunities. So anyway, just a little reminder for some of you. I know you guys have been here for a while. You guys are super advanced. You guys already know all this stuff. But it's just an example of, one of the most, I'll say, dominant across multiple weight classes, lifters. She is, when Bane says, you merely adopted the dark, I was born in it. She reminds me of, like, she was born into the sport. Like, this is what she does, right? She started, at a pretty young age and was able to just really, like, make it her thing. So shout out to her, shout out to her team. Coach Pavel, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably saying it wrong. Polish Power. Anyway, if I don't know if they're going to watch this, but keep doing what you guys are doing. I really appreciate, people say this about us and our team, but me being able to like look at someone that's like killing it, it's really cool just to see her do her thing. And, everybody's wondering where can she take it next. And it's definitely, she's definitely, she's just killing it. And I think she's just a great example for, if anybody wants to take this sport to that next level, she's literally putting the blueprint there for you. So, all right, guys, if you made it this far, let's go hashtag locked in the comments down below. See you guys in the next one. Peace.